This event is co-sponsored by the UCI Libraries, by the Department of Asian American Studies in the School of Humanities, and the Department of Drama in the Claire Trevor School of the Arts. I'm pleased to welcome, we're going to have two short introductions. The first introduction will be by Julia Lee, who is Associate Professor of Asian American Studies here at UCI. And she is going to say some words about the impact of our speaker as a playwright. And then she'll be followed by Daphne Lei, who is Professor of Drama at UCI. And she's going to talk about David's impact on theater education. And Daphne has been working with Theater Walks on the dramatic Prologue. And we're just super, super excited to have all of you here and to begin this evening that has been really like a year in the making. So, Julia Lee.
As Julia just said, I'm Julia Lee. I'm an Associate Professor of Asian American Studies here at UCI, and I'm also Chair of the Department of Asian American Studies. And on behalf of our faculty and our students, I am just delighted to echo Julia's welcome of David Henry Hwang to this campus. I taught his play, The Dance on the Railroad, early in the quarter. I see some of my students out there. So I'm happy to be here with all of you. If there is anyone about whom it could be said he needs no introduction, it would be David Henry Hwang. Although in this case, we're giving him two introductions. As I was reading his various accomplishments and projects in order to write this intro, I couldn't help but wonder, when does he sleep? Prepare yourself. What I'm about to read to you about Mr. Hwang's career is about to make you feel quite lazy. At least it did me. Mr. Hwang is one of the preeminent dramatists currently active in the United States. His most famous play, M. Butterfly, premiered on Broadway in 1988 and won the Tony Award for Best Play that year. It was also adapted into a major motion picture in 1993, directed by David Cronenberg and starring Jeremy Irons and John Lone. While many of you may be most familiar with M. Butterfly, Mr. Hwang has produced a tremendous body of work over the past 40 years that rivals any playwright currently active. I'll just name a selection of some of his best-known works. They include FOB, premiered in 1980, The Dance on the Railroad, 1981, Family Devotions, also 1981, Golden Child, 1996, Yellowface, 2007, Chinglish, 2011, and most recently, Soft Power, a play with music, which had its world premiere at the Amundsen Theater in 2008 and is currently playing in New York. It opened in 2019. Mr. Hwang is also a celebrated librettist, which I did not know. According to Opera News, he is the nation's most produced living librettist. He has collaborated with composer Philip Glass on 4 operas and written librettos for Dream of the Red Chamber, An American Soldier, and, sorry, I can't read my own handwriting, Ina DeMar, which won 2 Grammy Awards for classical music. He is also an accomplished librettist for musicals, having written the revised book for Rodgers and Hammerstein's Flower Drum Song, Disney's Tarzan, and Elton John and Tim Rice's adaptation of Aida, which won 4 Tony Awards. As if that weren't enough, Mr. Hwang has also an accomplished career as a screenwriter, working on television series such as The Affair. I did not know about that. I really like that show. Also on M. Butterfly, the film adaptation of his play, and the film Possession, starring Gwyneth Paltrow. He is writing a movie adaptation of Chinglish and an animated feature called Tiger Express for Pearl Studios in Shanghai. So I joked about feeling lazy, but actually this body of work makes me feel very lucky. Lucky that there is such a wealth of material for us as viewers, readers, and listeners of Mr. Hwang to enjoy. In my nomination letter to invite Mr. Hwang to campus, I wrote that I was very excited about the prospect of having him visit, because he has unabashedly focused his distinguished career on the exploration of Asian American identity, community, and history, something that I think is very important to our campus. And I'm delighted to see him interact with our faculty, our community, and especially our students. So now I'm going to hand things over to Daphne Lei, who will give you the second half of the introduction.
I will continue with the second part of the introduction. I want to go back to where it all started, the university. before the inspiring and beloved professor at Columbia University and the award-winning playwright, there was this student, ambitious and visionary. In 1978, the English major, David Henry Hwang, and classmate Nancy Nakahashi founded AATP, Asian American Theater Project. And then the next year, and then they premiered FOB the next year on campus in the dorm. While David Henry Hwang moved on to pursue his professional career, the legacy remained. Fast forward 20-some years later, in 2001, when I was a postdoc at Stanford University in the drama department, a few undergraduate students approached me. They heard about this defunct AATP organization, and they really wanted me to help revive it. So they chose the play Achievers by Michael Galomko. It's a very funny play. So students really enjoyed it, and they really felt energized by it. And I, too, left Stanford and moved on with my life. But now, I just checked, 40 years later, AATP has just celebrated its 40th anniversary. So the group is still going strong. I would say David Henry Hwang has made such a tremendous impact on university students and the field of Asian American theater. His M. Butterfly is widely anthologized and read by every drama student. The inclusion of M. Butterfly in anthologies and in the theater curriculum is really itself an important thing, because it really changed the way how we write theater history and how we look at the world. Last year, with the sponsor of Illuminations, I took 100 students to South Coast Repertory to see M. Butterfly. And then, if you had been there, Professor Huang, you would have recognized the twinkles in the students' eyes and the excitement in their voice when they saw this play on stage. I want to really thank you so much for fighting the fight for building AATP, for fighting the fight for bringing Asian American theater and AAPI actors 40 years ago. I want to thank you for continuing the fight today. As we all know, Asian American actors have very little visibilities on screen, on stage, and even in university productions. The sad reality drove me to found Theater Walks in 2015. We hope we can help create inclusive and diverse performance culture. Therefore, we believe that the best way to introduce a large body of works by David Henry Hwang is to present the prologue by Theater Walks today. These are very short scenes from 3 different plays, which represent different stages of his career. The cast, their names are here, consists of undergrad, MFA, and PhD students, all from the Department of Drama in Claire Trevor School of Arts. The prologue is directed and narrated by Ricardo Rocha, a recent PhD drama PhD alum. Let's welcome Theater Walks.
Thank you for that warm introduction. In the beginning was the Word.
F-O-B.
Fresh off the boat. 1979 Okada House, an undergrad dorm, Stanford University. These students never imagined that this play would go on to win an Obie Award the next year. FOB is about Steve, an Asian new immigrant. It's about Asian American Dale, born and raised in the USA, and it's about 1.5 generation Grace in a Chinese restaurant in Torrance. These characters are the archetypes of Asian American drama for years to come.
No, please, listen to me. This is 5th time I come here. I tell you both my parents. I tell you their parents. I tell you their parents' parents and who was adopted great-granduncle. I tell you how many beggars in hometowns and name of their blind dogs. I tell you how many steps from front door to temple, to well, to governor house, to field, to whorehouse, to 5th cousin inn and 8th neighbor toilet. You ask only, what for am I in whorehouse? I tell north, south, northeast, southwest, west, east, north, northeast, south, southwest, east, east, south. Why will you not let me enter in America? This is 5th time I come here. I raised lifetime fortune 5 times. 5 times I come here, and the first time you tell me I am illegal. You return me on boats to fathers and uncles with no gold, no treasure, no fortune, no rice. I only want to come to America. Come to Mountain of Gold. And I hate Mountain. And I hate America. And I hate you.
Yeah. It's tough trying to live in Chinatown. But it's also tough trying to live in Torrance, too. It's true. I don't like being alone. You know, when Mom could finally bring me to the US, I was already 10. But I never studied my English very hard in Taiwan, so I got moved back to the 2nd grade. There were a few Chinese girls in the 4th grade, but they were American-born, so they wouldn't even talk to me. They'd just stay with themselves and compare how much clothes they all had and make fun of the way we all talked. I figured I had a better chance of getting in with the white kids than with them, so in junior high, I started bleaching my hair and hanging out at the beach. You know, Chinese hair looks pretty lousy when you bleach it. After a while, I knew what beach was going to be good on any given day, and I could tell who was coming just by his van. But the American-born Chinese, it didn't matter to them. They just giggle and go to their own dances. Until my senior year. That's how long it took me to get over this whole thing. One night, I took Tad's car and drove on Hollywood Boulevard, all the way from downtown to Beverly Hills, then back onto Sunset. I was looking and listening, all the while with the window down, just so I'd feel like I was a part of the city. And it was that Friday, it was, I guess, I said, I'm alone, and I don't like it. I don't like being alone. And that was all. After I said it, I felt all of the breeze. It was really cool on my face, and I heard all of the radio. And it sounded really good, you know? So I drove home.
I'm much better now. I go out now. Lots. I can anyways. Sometimes I don't ask anyone, so I don't go out. But I could. I'm much better now. I have friends now. Lots. They drive Porsche Carreras. Well, one does. He has a house up in the Hollywood Hills where I can stand and look down the lights of LA. I guess I haven't really been there yet, but I could easily go. I just have to ask. My parents, they don't know nothing about the world. About watching Benson at the Roxy, about ordering hors d'oeuvre at Scandia, downshifting onto the Ventura Freeway at midnight, They're yellow ghosts, and they try to cage me up with Chinese names with all the time we were in America. So, I've had to work real hard to be myself. To not be a Chinese, a yellow, a slant, a gook, to be just a human being like everyone else. That's why I'm much better now. I'm making it, you know? I'm making it in America. F-O-B.
Fresh off the boat.
Fob.
Clumsy.
Ugly.
Greasy. Fob. Loud.
Stupid.
Four-eyed. Fob.
Fob.
Big feet. Horny like Lenny in Of Mice and Men. F.
O.
B.
Fresh off the boat.
Fob.
Fob.
The 1988 Tony Award goes to... And Butterfly. That's right. It's about a war between sexes, cultures, nations, and powers. It's a war between East and West, between a Chinese spy and a French diplomat, or between an Oriental fantasy and a rice queen. It was 1960, Beijing, the Red China. Song Liling, after performing Puccini's Madame Butterfly, talks to René Gallimard, a French diplomat.
They say in opera the voice is everything. That's probably why I never before enjoyed opera. But here was a butterfly with little or no voice. But she had the grace. She had the delicacy. I believed this girl. I believed her suffering. So delicate, even I could protect her. I wanted to take her home, comfort her, and pamper her until she smiled. Mademoiselle, a beautiful performance. It's the first time I've seen the beauty of the story.
Really?
Of her death, it's a pure sacrifice. He's unworthy, but what can she do? She loves him so much. It's really a beautiful story.
Well, yes, to a Westerner.
Excuse me?
It's one of your favorite fantasies, isn't it? The submissive Oriental woman and the cruel white man.
Well, I didn't quite mean...
Consider it this way. What would you say if a blonde homecoming queen fell in love with a short Japanese businessman? He treats her cruelly, then goes home for 3 years, during which she prays to his picture and turns down marriage from a young Kennedy. Then, when she learns that he has remarried, she kills herself. Now, I believe you would consider this girl to be a deranged idiot, correct? But because it is an Oriental who kills herself for a Westerner, you find it beautiful.
Yes. I see your point.
I will never do Butterfly again, Monsieur Gallimard. If you wish to see some real theater, come to the Peking Opera sometime. Expand your mind.
So much for protecting her in my big Western arms.
Later, in Song Liling's apartment.
Are you my butterfly?
What are you saying?
I've come tonight for an answer. Are you my butterfly?
Don't you know already?
I want you to say it.
I don't want to say it.
So that's your answer.
You know how I feel about...
I do remember one thing.
What?
In the letter I received today.
Don't.
I've already given you my shame.
It's not that I even wrote it.
Well then?
I shouldn't have it splashed across my face.
That's all true.
Stop!
What's one more short answer?
I don't want to.
Are you my butterfly? I want from you honesty. I want nothing false between us, no false pride.
Yes, I am. I am your butterfly.
"1986. 1986, Paris, at a courthouse. The world was shocked to learn that the Oriental beauty, Song Liling, was in fact a man. The judge was trying to find out the truth.
There's one thing that the court, indeed that all the friends, would like to know.
Fire away.
Did Monsieur Gallimard know you were a man?
Well, he never saw me completely naked. Ever.
But surely he must have... How can I put this?
Put it however you like. I'm not shy. He must have felt around. Not really, I did all the work.
Would you care to enlighten the court with this secret knowledge? I'm sure we're all very curious.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Okay. Rule 1 is, men always believe what they want to hear. So, a girl can tell the most obnoxious lies, and guys will believe them every time. This is my first time. This is the biggest I've ever seen. Or both. Which, if you really think about it, is not possible in a single lifetime. You might have heard these phrases yourself in your own life, yes, Your Honor?
It's not my life, Monsieur Song, which is on trial today.
Okay. Just trying to lighten up the proceedings. Tough room.
Go on.
Rule 2. As soon as a Western man comes into contact with the East, he is already confused. The West has a sort of international rape mentality towards the East. Do you know rape mentality?
Give us your definition, please.
Basically, her mouth says no, but her eyes say yes. The West thinks of itself as masculine. Big guns, big industry, big money. So the East is feminine, weak, delicate, poor, but good at art and full of inscrutable wisdom. The feminine mystique. Her mouth says no, but her eyes say yes. The West believes the East, deep down, wants to be dominated because a woman can't think for herself.
What does this have to do with my question?
You expect Oriental countries to submit to your guns, and you expect Oriental women to be submissive to your men. That's why you say they make the best wives.
But why would it make it possible for you to fool Monsieur Gallimard? Please, get to the point.
What? Because when he finally met his fantasy woman, he wanted more than anything to believe that she was, in fact, a woman. And second of all, I am an Oriental. And being an Oriental, I could never be completely a man.
"21st century, globalization, multiculturalism, translation and mistranslation." Excuse me, do you speak Chinglish? In a restaurant in Guiyang, a city you probably never heard of, in China, she, a Chinese official and Chinglish speaker, is trying to enlighten Daniela, a monolingual American businesswoman, about Guanxi relationships.
I didn't realize until the end of the meeting that you speak English.
I live outside China for 6 months. Outside, therefore study.
You've lived abroad.
Study the English.
In the States.
Huh?
You lived in the States?
No.
Because you seem to know something about Cleveland. So where did you live?
Here, Guiyang.
No, before when you lived abroad.
Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka.
Foreign exchange student.
Great. Well, I really appreciate this opportunity, Ms. Shi, to sit down one-on-one, clear up any misunderstandings that might hang over.
Too fast speed.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to.
Only 2, so therefore talking not so much necessary.
I couldn't agree more.
Also very sleepy. Sleepy? Sleeping? Sleeper?
You're sleepy.
You sleepy.
I'm sleepy.
When too fast the words, sleepy.
Before talking business, we should order food. Don't you think? Order food.
倒想看看. I order the past.
You already ordered.
Yes.
Good. No need for me to.
Huang.
Kwanzhang? I'm trying!
真糟糕.
Ms. Shi, Vice Minister, the fact that Minister Kai sent you instead of coming himself, I gotta say, I read something into that. Something not so good, but I believe we can get past that, right?
听不懂.
Wow. Okay. Minister Kai. Tsai, he seems friendly to my proposal.
Proposal?
My deal for my company to make the English signs for the culture.
Yes.
Tsai.
Yes.
Deal.
Yes.
He likes.
No.
Tsai does not like my deal.
Yes. 是这样的，你以为他喜欢你的建议，其实你弄错了，是他派我来这里的，才有了现在这奇怪的场面。
Okay, I have a very strong feeling that what you said to me is really important. So please repeat in English.
Such sleepy. You believe in Tsai, your deal has friendly. No. Tsai disassemble.
Disassemble?
起码英语听得懂吧?
Disassembling? He's lying?
Yes, lie. But cannot tell to the teacher.
Who's the teacher?
哎呀，真要命. English, the teacher. Teacher Peter.
Peter, my consultant?
Teacher Peter.
He used to teach, I think, but now he's a consultant.
Consultant. Everybody name, but nothing doing.
He's not a consultant?
Nothing. Now, what explanation you cannot say?
Okay.
Use at your own risk. English writing firm. Currently enter through the back door. Tsai wife's sister. Open door, so will not close. Now, you know.
Could you repeat that?
Repeat? 就凭刚才这些话都够我枪毙的了，你还要我再说一遍？就怕万一有人没听清是吧？
I understand that what you're telling me is huge. Use at your own risk.
Yes, use at your own risk.
But I have no idea.
Okay. English writing firm.
The company making English signs.
In present.
Presently.
Enter through back door of minister wife's sister. 我快被他气疯了。
Give me a chance here. Minister, wife, sister, sister-in-law.
Oh, yes.
Is presently hired to make the signs.
Yes, through the back door.
That's the part that keeps tripping me up. But okay, then why does Minister Tsai, pretend? Why Tsai pretend he liked my deal?
Good. Because English teacher
Peter?
also opened back door.
We're back to that.
For university bath, Tsai San. 这已经很明显啦。
What is Tsai Sun?
Son, the son, like a daughter, but son.
Oh, Tsai has a son.
Yes,
Tsai has a son. And so English teacher Peter got Tsai's son to some university for a bath?
Bath is a city in England.
Oh, Bath is a city.
The university.
Peter got Tsai's son into university in England.
Yes, through back door.
Tsai owes Peter a favor, but Tsai cannot give the contract to Peter's clients. He can't open the back door for Peter. Because he's already opened it for his wife's sister. I got it.
Thank you, Theater Walks.